really amazed to see that those that exposed to TV that then saw the DM had a 45% uplift in downloads, which just goes to show that the sequential strategy that we had in place was the right one. So I joined Lloyds last summer, and one of the first challenges I got given was how do we drive downloads of our app for workplace pension customers. But we didn't have consent, we didn't have email addresses. So I immediately thought, well, we can use postcodes, and could we use TV? So I approached Broad Labs because I knew the sort of tech they were building to say, could you do a fully optimized TV campaign to household street level postcodes? And they said yes. So it was a bit of an experiment to see whether we could use TV almost as a CRM channel and see how it landed. And we went live in November, and the results have been phenomenal. So, I think we targeted around 1 million customers. We drove around enough downloads, around £20-ish cost per download. So a really decent amount of downloads. And what I found really interesting was the fact that it worked harder than email and direct mail. So, which really puts TV out there as a CRM media, which you otherwise would have used traditional kind of below the line channels. So from a data point of view, we used obviously our first party postcode data. They were then able to build ID graphs, which we could optimize using different attributes, behaviors, programming. And that was quite important because we knew that if we didn't optimize throughout the campaign, we'd get diminishing returns. Our cost per acquisition or download would go up. So we optimized on a date, well, twice a day. So 2 times a day, they'd take some postcodes out, put some in. So the power of using data to drive that optimization was massive. And that's all down to the great kit that Broad Labs brought to the party. Well, I think my obsession's always been, for years, has been with TV. I was chair of the TV action group at ISBA for a number of years. I've done a lot of TV conferences, and I always think, there's this ongoing narrative that TV's dying, and it's either brand or it's performance. And I always thought, wouldn't it be great if I could prove that TV had a role to play within CRM? So that was a sort of challenge I went into. And that's exactly what we did and what we proved. So I think, when you get into that argument around the future of TV, it's not brand, it's not performance, it's everything's performance. And the reason why it's an unlikely hero is because who'd have thought that TV was a CRM channel? So we ran the TV campaign to a number of business or consumer pension customers. And we also ran a direct mail campaign. And what we did is we made sure that we had a controlled cell where we got no creative. We had an audience that saw TV only, an audience that saw DM and TV, an audience that saw DM only. So on an attribution basis, we're able to look at the uplift for those exposed to both. And really amazed to see that those that exposed to TV that then saw the DM had a 45% uplift in downloads, which just goes to show that the sequential strategy that we had in place was the right one, and that TV is a multiplier of DM performance, which again, it's just not something that you would normally talk about, because we talk about TV as a multiplier within broadcast media, radio and TV, outdoor and TV, but not TV and DM. But from a regulation point of view, I've been working in a regulated industry for some time, obviously with insurance now into Lloyds, and it is what it is. I think I always say that if you can do marketing in a regulated industry, you can do marketing anywhere, because it's hard and you've got to really think about the customer outcome. But going from Direct Line to Lloyds, to me, the biggest opportunity for me has been, we've got 28 million customers. So if you think of that as the sort of data that we hold, the first party data we hold is colossal. 22 million customers use the app on a monthly basis. So the excitement for me going into Lloyds was, how do we unlock that data? How do we use that data with MarTech and technology to drive really good performance-based campaigns? And then how do we wrap that around AI, and what do we do in terms of production, personalization? So that's really what got me excited. We've got a long way to go, but we've got a lot of focus in the business around how we adopt AI, All my team are learning, developing on their AI skills. And I think we've got that huge opportunity, really, to be not only the number one bank in the UK, but to deploy better customer experiences, better customer lifetime management, because we've got the data. So why not?